Hi, and welcome everybody to this session, to this transmission. Session and transmissions, that's just words. And as I wrote in the title, Awakening Transmission, that's also just words. So the intention for these words are for me to remember some of the things that has happened to me in this lifetime, and a few things that has arrived to me that I have found really, really valuable for myself, and that I would love to share with you who are here with me today in this space that we share together, and also for you who are receiving this recording later. So that's the intention, to share something very, very dear to myself, something that I have received long time ago. It's already soon 29 years ago since there was something very powerful that happened to me. So, but before I start sharing about that, I would love for all of us to settle in and land together in the space, and I may invite us to share a little bit of presence and silence, and then after that I will start to slowly share a little bit about what happened to me and how I have implemented that in my life and how I use that in my life. So for now, warmly welcome. I'm so happy that you're here with me. I'm really grateful for the company, for you who are in this Zoom session, and also for you who are receiving this another time. So for now, I just invite us all to receive a couple of deep breaths in and out. And the invitation from my side to all of you, wherever you are in in Europe or in US or in Bali or wherever you are in the world, is to feel everything in this present moment, and be extra aware of the sounds in the environment, my voice that you hear, and perhaps you can hear other sounds in your own space and in the space where I am at the moment. Here I can hear crickets, frogs, again and again, crickets and frogs and some traffic. Feel subtle sensations on my body, on the forehead, eyebrows, belly, the face. I can feel my own breath happening some stiffness in the shoulders. Ah, crickets, frogs, again and again, crickets and frogs, and some traffic. I feel the clothes on my body, the t-shirt. I feel the warmth of my own body and the temperature in the room. Again and again, the different sounds and sensations. The fridge and the fridge stopped. There was a buzzing from the fridge and the buzzing stopped. So I'm also aware of the silence. There is a silence within where all the different sounds is happening within this silence, within the space. All the sensations, all the sounds, and everything is happening in this shared space wherever we are right now. Dogs barking, crickets, different temperatures. Ah, again, I invite you to let a couple of deep breaths enter your body and let it go. Dogs barking here. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm hearing dogs barking here. Again, a deep breath in. Breathe out. The silence after the dog, after the barking dog that is now silent. You can feel the silence, hear the silence. Only crickets and frogs in the backdrop. And opening my eyes, I see the screen. I see you guys who are with me here in this Zoom room. I see the room where I meet in. And before I start sharing what I wanted to share with you guys, and I wanted to invite you to, for those of you who feel like it, I would like you to invite you to play a little bit of a presence process together. And this is part of I'm going to share more about it in a moment, but this is part of like what I received, the message that I received in February 1997, that is to use the body in a right way, like as the best we can use the body. And one way that I have found to use our body in a practical way to help us to support us to be relaxed and to be present and to help the mind to be present. One simple way is exactly this, to express observations of sounds and sensations and the visuals, even taste and smell, though we can limit it to these three, the sounds, the visual, and sensations for now. And sometimes it can be like a nice play to do it together with people. We can do it for ourselves, and it also can be fun, and it can be exciting, it can be deeply relaxing, and it can tickle, and it can like invoke a simple magic of just dropping names of these observations of sounds, visuals, and the sensations without stories. So the invitation from my side now, for those of you who are here in the Zoom room, and for those who would like to join me in this play, the invitation is just to drop like short names: frogs, crickets, sensations in the throat, a burp, etc., etc. So these kind of just name dropping without stories, without saying, for example, like, now I hear a frog and that frog must sit down in the river there. Oh, maybe it's up there, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't need to make a long story around it. I can just drop it like that. So my invitation for those who want is to join me in this. So you can unmute yourself, and then just, we will do it popcorn style. So whenever something comes, you can just pop it into the space. And then we do that for, let's say, 5-10 minutes. And after that, we can see how that feels. And then from that space, I will share more with you. And when we do this, there may be a lot of space and silence that is also shared. If it doesn't feel true for us, if it doesn't feel true for me to share something, that I don't want to break the silence, I don't want to express something, then follow that. So we are all invited to follow our truth, if that is to be silent or if that is to share something. So that's the invitation.
Sore throat.
Voices.
Warm feet.
Burning face.
Crickets and frogs. Some tension in the shoulders and arms.
Itching.
Pressure on my chest.
And the invitation is now also, like, if you feel that you want to stretch, or if you want to sit more comfortable or lay down or stand up or move, feel free to let your body move if it wants to move, or if you want to be still, you be still. So follow your own intuition while we are expressing this observation of change in the moment.
Bird outside.
Silence.
Voices.
Voices. Heartbeat.
The warmth of my own body and the warmth in the room here. I see some mosquitoes and other small little flying creatures.
Pressure
Burning.
on my eyelid.
Burning face.
Other person talking, I assume in one of your rooms there in the Zoom rooms. The side,
Neighbors.
the silence
Tingling.
that we share and our voices.
Dishwasher. Sunshine in my face.
Relaxations for my body and for my mind.
Dryness in my nose.
Stretching. Ah.
Mm. Contraction in my lower spine. Tension.
Tiredness.
Burning.
The breath. Ah.
Mm. Contraction, solar plexus.
Swallowed ice.
Thank you for joining me in this presence play, this presence process. We can come back to that also later and in the end of our time together. Like for me, it's like a very simple way of relaxing, and it's like a support to help our mind to be present in the moment and to let go of things. I find it very useful. And sometimes doing this a little bit longer time, it's like things fall into place and it's becoming clear what I need to do, what I don't need to do, what I want, what I don't want, and things fall into place. So my life becomes clear when I do this kind of process. Especially when I do it together with others, that's something. Sometimes there is some simple magic happening when doing this. And if there is anything that you would like to share now from this little preview, this little taster of this presence process, if there's anything you would like to share, a word or two or something very short, you feel free to share if there's anything that came to you before I continue to share what I want to share. So
I feel more relaxed, more present. Mm.
I felt very present in every sensation, even though my sensation was not that nice. I could be present in it. It was, in a way, relaxing to let go and don't feel any resistance against it and think about. But it was actually bothering me in a way. It was a new kind of experience to me.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Both of you. Ah. So I would love to share with you what the message that I received 28 years ago. so long time ago, so many years ago. So I would love to share with you what I received. And I will share the words that kind of came to me. I'm going to share that with you. And before I do that, I want to see if I can express the meaning and express the words and the meaning before I share the actual words. So what I would like to say to you who are here now in the room with me, and also for you who are listening to the recordings later, is that I'm grateful for your company. I'm grateful that we got the chance to meet in this lifetime. And in my perception, we don't know anything about the future. There is so much that we don't know about. And since we don't know anything about the future, in my perception, maybe there are people who claim that they can know things about the future, but for me, my truth, for me, is that I don't know anything about the future. And since I don't know anything about the future, what does that mean? There's like a big unknown after this moment. In 1 hour, in 5 minutes, in 1 minute, in 10 seconds. There is like a huge big unknown that I have no clue on what's gonna happen in the next moment. Really, if I really true to myself, to my heart, and true to this present moment, can I really know anything about next moment? In my perception, no. I cannot know anything. Anything can happen in any moment. This big banyan tree that's outside here, it can fall down. There can be an earthquake. There are big black holes in the universe, and these black holes, that this whole solar system are like traveling between black holes, and this, in any moment, these big black holes can just swallow this whole universe, swallow the earth and everything, like that. It's possible, it may happen, it can happen. Any moment. Any moment, all of this can be gone. And since everything can be gone in any moment like that, then everything else is also possible. Like there's all possibilities of magic or creation or synchronicities, or like exactly
everything we can imagine, and everything that we, even beyond our own imagination, is possible to happen in this very moment, in the next second, in the next 5 seconds. Everything, exactly everything is possible, beyond our wildest imagination. Things that we have no clue of, things that we didn't know at all existed or was possible to experience in this life. So there was just like a few messages that I received, and I realized that this story that I'm sharing, I realized that this needs more time. It needs much more time to kind of share the whole story, what happened before, what happened during the message came, what happened after. It's like what weeks and months and years. So I realized that 1 hour, 1.5 hours is way too little time to convey what kind of happened to me and what I received and how I had done my best to implement this. Like, I realized that, but I will do my best to kind of to share the gist of what I received and how I have implemented it and how it's been useful for me. So I will do my best to make a gist of it, and then I realized that this needs much more time and much more like much more time for me to be able to at least getting a little bit closer to what I received and how I implemented that and what this message was for me. So, and why I was sharing about this, like about the present moment and about the big unknown, that at least in my perception, that we don't know anything about the future. Why I share about this is that one of the messages that I received, it was to be humble, to show humility, to be humble and to show humility. And for me, there was like, I wrote down very few things, like it was to be honest to myself, show gratitude, like be humble and show gratitude. Be honest to myself, show humility, show gratitude, be grateful. And then about the body that I talked about earlier, like to use the body in the right way, whatever that is. What is that, to use the body in the right way? But for me, what we did with the presence process is part of that, to be present and to let go and all of that. So why I'm sharing about this with the present moment and the big unknown is because for me, when this word came, I was like, I was like, where did this come from? Like, who said this to me? Why, like, be honest to myself, be grateful, be humble and be grateful. And I wrote it down. And later I looked at it and it says, like in Swedish, tacksamhet, gratefulness, tacksamhet, ödmjukhet, being humble, humbleness, or like humility. So it says like tacksamhet, ödmjukhet, these two Swedish words, and a little bit more than that, but mainly these two words, gratitude and humility. Tacksamhet och ödmjukhet. And for me, I didn't really understand this word, like ödmjukhet, humility, being humble. It was a word that I think at least that I didn't really use that word in my vocabulary at that time. I was 24 years old, and as far as I remember, that it was a word that was not so familiar with me, like, and I didn't really know what it means. Ödmjukhet. It was not really a word that I used. So for me, I had to kind of learn that. Like, okay, I asked myself, what is ödmjukhet? What is humility? What is being humble? And that's why I'm sharing about the present moment and the big unknown, because when I asked myself this question, what is humility? What is being humble? My answer to this, a part of that answer is that everything is possible. A part of being humble, showing humility and being humble, a part of that is to be in contact with the perspective that everything is possible, the perspective that there is a huge unknown, there is so much I don't know, and particularly about the future. So that was kind of my definition of being humble or humility. It's like I kind of made that definition for myself, apart from what it says in the dictionary, like being humble, like ödmjukhet, it says anspråkslös, being without asking for too much or something like that. So there's many layers of this word of humility and ödmjukhet. Though for me, that was like how I defined being humble, or define one of the perceptions of humility and being humble. It is that everything is possible because I don't know anything about the future, because I don't know anything about the future, it means exactly everything is possible. And for me, that's kind of, it's like, it's some comfort or something in that, because then things are not stuck, things are not limited. There's no limitations. Magic can happen any moment. Anything beyond my wildest imagination can happen in any moment. So yeah, so that's about being humble and show humility. For me, that's the reminder. One of the reminders of what does it mean to be humble? What does it mean to show humility? Is to remember that anything is possible because I don't know anything about the future in the next moment. And when it comes to the gratitude, that's what I did my best to express to you guys here now, that I'm grateful for your company. I'm grateful that you are here for me to get the chance to share this, what I've been through a long time ago. And like, it's something that is so dear to me in my life. I feel so blessed to have received, like, it's kind of like a manual for myself. It's like, it was like God or universe or whatever, like the source or as I wrote in this description, like how love or God, kind of, here you have, this is how you can live your life. And I'm not saying that other people need to live the life in the way that I live my life, but for me, I feel like, for me, it felt like an instruction, like a manual. Okay, you've been through this. This is the way. Here you have. Be honest to yourself. Show humility, show gratitude. Use your body in the right way. Here you have. That's your way. That's your manual. And yeah, gratitude, that's all over the place when it comes to spirituality and spiritual teachings, and that's like, I think that's everyone is saying with the law of attraction and all different spiritual teachings. Everyone talks about gratitude and gratefulness and being grateful, that we get more of, like, being grateful is like a foundation for life, to remember that everything is given, and also if we want to receive more of something, then we need to be grateful for what we already have to open up for more. So there is so much to gratitude, has so many layers, and there's like Pandora's box. There's like a big, just bathing in gratitude and exploring gratitude in all different ways. There's such a potent door or like way to move ahead. I see the time has already passed. I think, is it? No, we still have. I still have. I was thinking like it's almost, but it's getting closer to round up. And yeah, so, and I'm open for questions or comments or anything, if there's something that comes. Or just to see if there was something more that I wanted to share about this now. Yeah, so apart from that, I open up for questions, I open up for if something comes to you that you want to share. Apart from that, my invitation for us is to drop back into this presence process. And why my invitation is that is what I have found is when we do this simple presence process, many times there is also insights arriving, and that can be in silence, and it can also be that things that want to be expressed in the space. They're like, can be insights for ourselves, for our own life, or something together with us here. So that's my invitation now when we come towards the closure of this session together. So for the next, let's say, that we have another 10-15 minutes to close and to round up our session together. So the invitation is for us to drop back into this presence pray, the presence process, and within that, if there is something that you feel that want to be shared, you're welcome to share that here in this space. Or if you have wonders, it can be you have questions. There can also be things that you, instead of, there's a difference between questions and wonders, right? Like questions is more like, oh, I want to know this specific thing. But we can also express our wonders. Oh, this is how I think about it. Oh, and I wonder how come it's like this. So I wonder about this. Do you also wonder about that? Like it can be like wonders that don't really demand an answer, but it's things that we just wonder about. That's also welcome. Like just wonder about it. It can be nice to share wonders as well.
I feel grateful.
I just want to say thank you, and I'm glad I'm
The
joined.
sound is very low. Like, is it only me that cannot hear now, or can you hear each other?
Yeah, I hear Sophia very
Okay.
well.
Yeah,
One
yeah, I
moment.
hear you perfectly.
Can you say again?
I just said that I'm very thankful that I joined you today, even though I didn't feel that well. I felt it was very precious to me. Actually, I feel very calm and very grateful.
I hope you haven't been speaking before where I haven't heard you because now.
No, she hasn't.
Okay, cool.
You,
Because now
you, you.
now I can hear you clearly because somehow my speaker was off. So when I heard when your voice was there, it was just like a far, yeah, very small voice. I almost couldn't hear you. So yeah, okay, good. I haven't missed your. Okay, thank you. So would you like to share just shortly again because I just heard a little bit. Somehow my speaker was off here.
I would more or less just saying that I was grateful for joining today, even though I didn't feel that well. I feel filled up in a way, but inspired and very calm in a way. So, yeah.
I feel stillness and gratitude. I feel touched. Something about this like there is so much love in the unknown, the not knowing. It's a feeling of being held in that. And that's kind of like contradictory to what the mind believes, because the mind believes it needs to know and have control. Yeah, so I noticed this like opening, opening up, receiving love. That it's okay to not know what's gonna happen in the next moment. It's giving the safety to be here. Yeah, I feel this like, or this softness and warmth in my womb, like it's feel more connected to my womb. Aliveness.
Thank you for your presence, both of you here today, and also thank you for everyone else who is joining in the recording. Something that I have explored the last years is that it seems like communication in silence is recorded. I cannot explain it, and I can also not say if it's true or not. It's just a feeling that I have. I've noticed when I record myself, or if I record maybe sharing something, and then maybe I share silence and presence with someone, and sometimes I have listened to it again, and what I notice is that in between the words, or when the silence is shared, the recorded silence, it's like I have a feeling that there is also communication in that silence. And somehow my guess is that the communication is recorded. I don't know how it's recorded, though that's my guess, but somehow the communication that is happening in silence is also recorded. and can be felt and can be transmitted or transferred and transmitted, and it can be communicated in the silence.
That's my experience too. I feel it too. The presence is there, like in the recording. Yeah. Mm.
So again, thank you, Linda and Sophia, and thank you, all of you, tens and hundreds and thousands of people who are with us in this moment here. It's a mystery how you found us through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Like somehow you found us in this little room that we shared for an hour and a half, and now you, who we don't know who you are at the moment, but now you are also sharing this with us. So we are sharing this space together, the three of us, and also so many more people are sharing this presence and communication in the silence, and everything that we have shared here today. We are sharing that together with so many more people, and that's cool. And I'm grateful for the company that we share, that we got to share this precious company in this lifetime before we left our bodies, before our bodies died, because we never know how long our souls or our consciousness, how long we will be present here in our bodies, or how long our bodies will be alive here on this planet Earth. Nobody knows. In my perception, at least. I don't know, and I would guess that nobody really knows how long we will be here. So cannot take for granted that we are here tomorrow, for example. So one of my teachers, he says that every time we meet is the first and last time we meet. So today was the first and last time we met.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and wish you all the
Thank
best.
you.
And see you in the Being Free School. We can meet there and hang out there, share anything. So thank you for today. Blessings.
Thank you, Jack.
Blessings your way, everybody.
Mhm.
Ciao.
Bye.
You want to be with someone who is present. You want to pay me to be present. You value my presence. You want to pay for my presence so that I can be a mirror for you to be present. You want to be present. You want to be here. That's what we want. We want to be here now.